Hi, welcome to Online Appliance Tech. Today we're going to work on the Frigidaire refrigerator display problem. So if you have a unit that looks like this or semi like this, so say if you have a button that doesn't work or it's broken, or you hit the button here, none of the ice comes out, display's faded out or is not even working at all, or none of the buttons work, no problem, this video is for you. Also, a lot of times heat rises through this dispenser area and the ice will melt. So if you're having a lot of ice that's sticking together, this should help you solve your problem. So watch this video to the end for better understanding, and hopefully this helps. So the problem we was having with this unit, the paddle was not activating the water or the ice. So the first thing you want to do is definitely unplug it, and then you have two Phillips screws that you will remove on the bottom right. As you can see here, there's one on the right and one on the left. So once these two screws are removed, it'll just fall, so definitely be ready to catch it, just don't let it fall like I did. And then you have two Phillips screws right here on the right and left. This holds the panel in to the rear housing itself. So just I would just use a hand tool too, this way you can over tighten it. So you'll just pull this forward and pull straight down. You will have a couple harnesses connected. So like I stated earlier, make sure you unplug it and just they have a little pin that you press down and pull out. So once you get all these harnesses removed, the new panel is a little different. I'll explain to you later. So say if your panel is not working at all, none of the buttons work, this will be your problem. I will leave a link in the description below if you need this part. So this dispenser assembly comes all in one piece. So first thing you want to do is remove this water tube. So you'll pry it out of the support itself, the dispenser housing, two clips in, and then just pull it straight out. And then you'll just make sure everything's out of the way. Then you'll have two Phillips screws that you'll have to remove. Fairly simple, hand tool is perfect. This, like I stated, it all comes in one piece, so it's fairly simple to install. So if you're having, when you press the button it's broken, or the water comes out on the floor by itself type thing, or if you have, like I stated, ice sticking together, it means your gasket is bad, which I'll show you here in a moment what it looks like. So once you get the two Phillips removed, you'll just take this and pull straight out and just try not to yank on any of the wires and just kind of wiggle it out, and that's it. And then, like, it's pretty simple. It comes into one assembly. So this is a gasket. As you can see, it's all messed up. This is how the heat is rising into the ice maker, which will cause it to melt. So as you can see there, it goes straight up into the ice bucket area, and that's how heat gets into the freezer itself. So this is a new one. I will also leave this in the description below if you need this part. So here's the new one. As you can see, the gasket is nice and perfectly rounded, not folded in. The paddle works perfectly. This one's good, and this one, the paddle, when, like I said, it would not work once they try to activate the ice or water. So you'll just slide this right into place. Just move all the harnesses and wires out of the way. Gently just wiggle it back into place and line up your two Phillips screws. You'll see in the back where they line up. And then you'll just put your two Phillips screws in. Recommend using a hand tool. If you do use a drill, sometimes you can over tighten it with a drill and crack the housing itself, so don't want to do that. So now, since we have the dispenser assembly installed, you're going to install this water hose. This is where your water comes out. So you're going to press it down this hole in the middle of the dispenser assembly itself. Slide it down. And then you're going to press it in the two clips in the back of the dispenser assembly, just as the same way you removed it. But just take your time, don't rush it. So as you can see here, once everything's aligned, you'll just click it right into place. So the top one and then the bottom one's already in. And then now we're going to reconnect the display assembly. So fairly simple, just click and play. The lower one for the LED light, you will not connect that one. This one's connected into the board itself, so don't worry about that one. That's the difference between the both of them. So here's a better example. As you can see, the orange and red wire comes from the harness from the panel itself to the LED light at the bottom, and the new one comes from the dispenser assembly into the panel harness itself. So that's why it doesn't connect to the bottom. So once you got everything installed, just make sure everything's clipped into place. The blue and the black one, don't worry about that. That one was never connected. And then you'll just press these, not press, but just adjust the harnesses where they don't clip in to the bottom of it when you press it in. So you have two little knobs here at the top. You slide upwards into the housing of the door. And then you'll just press the bottom part in. And like I stated, if you have any wires sticking out, just make sure you press them in and then press it back. And then you'll install the two Phillips screws that hose this panel into the rear dispenser housing. So now we're going to reinstall the lower trim, and basically there's two screws that screws upwards into the panel itself, just as the same way you removed it. If you have a magnetic screwdriver, that would help, but I don't, so I have to do it like this. So as you put these in, just don't over tighten it, just make sure they're all snugged, and that's even with the display and the other parts you install. And I definitely, like I stated, recommend a hand Phillips, not a drill, because you can easily crack the panel itself and then you have to replace it. So now, as you can see, it works perfectly. And here's an extra tip. If you do need the model number for the side-by-side, just open up the door and it will be on the upper right hand side. It'll say model and serial. The model is the one you'll need, same as the French door. Just open up the door and it'll be on the upper right hand side. If you do need some parts, just check out our website at onlineappliancetech.com, and I will also leave links in the description below. And I hope this video was helpful, and please like and subscribe for more future tips and videos. If you have any questions, just leave in the comments below. Thank you.